Holy smokes. What a great football game. I mean, first of all, an incredibly electric atmosphere. I mean, just an all-time great atmosphere showing by our 12s. I mean, shout out to all our people in for the Seahawks too. I mean, all the lights and all that. I mean, it's just an electric atmosphere. And then, with all the adversity we're dealing with throughout the game, they didn't leave us. Not a seat was empty, given all the circumstance, and they stuck with us, and our team could feel it. And it was awesome. I mean, and just talking about our football team, just so proud of our group. I mean, this is who we are. We set out to show that, to prove to ourselves who we were as a team. Obviously, there's a lot that did not go our way today. Both good job by the Rams. Some of the stuff that we got to, obviously clean up on our end. I mean, the list goes on and on. But I'll tell you what, the resiliency is, the relentlessness is there. The character of this team is there. And they have each other's backs, all three phases. I mean, it's all that stuff we've been talking about since we walked in the door is real, and they've earned that. So just really, really, really proud of our group. Really, really proud of our group. Just really, really proud. So we're going to enjoy the heck out of this one and get some rest this weekend and get back at it. So, just really proud of our group.
Can you tell us about the decision to go for 2 in overtime?
Well, it was something we had talked about really throughout the season, and then really particularly for this game because of the playoff situation. You play for the tie and, lock up a playoff seed. But I just felt great about our play, and I trusted our guys. And to Clint's credit too, he was really confident, and then the players ultimately make it happen. So once we got that drive going, it was pretty clear on what we were going to do.
Going into it, there was some thought, given the circumstances, that maybe in that situation you would just kick the.
I mean, it was an option, but starting that drive, thinking about how we were going to handle that. I made up our decision how we're going to handle it.
Frank, it might not be fair to ask to pinpoint something. Can you say a why? Is there a common why as to how you came back from 16 down with 7 minutes left? Is there a factor? You mentioned the resiliency, but is there?
It's those guys in there. They decided that they're going to play a certain way and be the team that they talk about, and they back it up every day. Every day. No matter the circumstance, they do it. I mean, defensively, we're down guys, they're moving the ball up and down the field, and we're coming up with red zone stops and making adjustments and fighting our tails off, and then our punt return team makes a huge play. Offense starts picking. I mean, that's who they are. It's the players.
For Sauer he's not a guy that gets the ball a lot, but I know it means a lot to this team. For him to get that moment at the end.
I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure he's fourth in the progression on that play. And so our offensive line that's a tough front to block. And Sam being able to extend the play and trust his reads and trust his progressions, and just a phenomenal play, man. It was a pretty good feeling when he caught it.
How about the heads-up play by Charbonnet?
Incredible. Pick up every loose ball. Just simple.
You ever seen anything quite like that?
I have not, but it was ball's going backwards.
Mike, what was the process? What was the process on that for deciding to actually have the replay, or asking for the replay and realizing that maybe it was a lateral?
Well, it's just, to my knowledge, everything's reviewable on a 2-point. So.
At what point did you realize, or your staff realized that was backward, or that was in play? Because you guys lined up for a kickoff and ready to go.
Yeah, honestly, they said that they were looking at it, and then we started to look at whether it was a backward or not. We didn't notice it in real time.
Kenneth Walker's play when he ran down the interception return short of the goal line.
Incredible.
How many times will you run that?
How many times do we go?
In film.
It's talk about favorite plays of just who Ken Walker is. I mean, that's Seahawk football. That's us right there, and that's Ken. So we love him. That's a phenomenal play. Helped us win the game.
What do you think of Sam Darnold's resiliency? Had a tough night, but then came back strong in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Yeah, our story has stayed the same since day one with Sam. Everybody else has different stories, but this is the guy that we watch every day. It's the same guy every day, no matter the circumstance. He's an ultimate competitor. He's a phenomenal leader, and just keeps fighting, just keeps plugging away. We weren't worried about one bit. So that's Sam.
What does this say? The ball up and down the field with those big plays and passing game all day, but getting them 3 for 6 in the red zone, like how crucial is that, especially early on when you guys were able to get a couple of stops?
Yeah, I mean, we're coming out of the game, and it was funny. We were just told the team, what the score was, and they said it doesn't matter. So what matters is we won the football game. Now we're going to learn from how to improve on these things. And in the first half was a lot of the early down stuff that was getting us, and then so we made some adjustments in the second half. We were able to get them to some third downs, and then we botched some third downs. So that's really my responsibility to make sure we're cleaner in those situations. And they made a great play there at the end, on that end cut to Puka. And we got to play it better. That's a heck of a football play, and we're inches away from celebrating because EJ's a pick. I mean, so that's what we're dealing with. So you can't worry about the stats in real time, what's going on. You're just trying to kind of fix it and move forward and keep playing the next play. And that's really the message of the guys. That's what they did. And we got, obviously you can't be. I don't know what the stats are, but we gave up a ton of yards and a ton of points, and we got to be better. But the fight was there, and we figured out a way to win. Just like we said last week, it was a completely different game last week. Great teams figured out a way to win. This week it was completely different, and we still figured it out.
What does it say about Seattle Seahawks overcoming adversity, persevering yet again?
Yes, it's who we are. It's what we do. It's just, you believe on who you are, and then you keep doing it, and you keep proving it, really to yourself, to our guys, that they understand who they are, and then when it's time to put it on the line, they're ready to go.
Mike, you mentioned Puka, 12 for 225 for him tonight. What did you kind of see that gave you guys fits with what he was doing tonight?
Yeah, well, they did they had a great game plan. So they're elite coaches over there. They do a great job, and they execute at a high level, and they got great players. And we got to play better, and we got to game plan better. And I call it. Wasn't good enough on the defensive front. We know that. Puka's a great player. He made some great contested catches that, you got to kind of chalk that up to him being a great player, and they're going to win some of those. And there's some where we got to play tremendously better as well. So I'd say it's a combination, but obviously you can't be giving up 200-yard games to anybody.
Mike, what do you know about Kobe and Eman Worry and Warren?
Kobe's got a knee. It doesn't look like it's, I don't know, I'm not going to put a time frame on it. Just it's not automatically season ending right now, I guess is the point. And Nick was able to come back if we were going to go back out on the field. Reek, also a knee, I think, to some extent. Not sure how serious it is.
So Eman Worry, he cleared concussion.
To my understanding, yes.
Mike, you guys clinched your playoff with a win, your first as head coach. Is that something you take a minute to enjoy, or just focus on what's still ahead of you?
Well, this is a little bit of a preview, but, up until this point, our mission has been to win the next game. And then, our next goal is to make the playoffs. And so we've kind of achieved our next goal. So we'll learn that on Monday, and then our next goal is to win the division. So you can't do that unless you win the next one. So it's the same message, but we're obviously really excited to be in the dance. Anything can happen once you get in, but, we got a division title on the line that we need to go capture, and that starts by winning in Carolina.
Special teams can be such an equalizer in a game like this, and for Rashid Shaheed now to have a kick return and a punt return in the last few weeks, and for him to get the crowd reignited there.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, our special teams unit has just been a massive catalyst for us, and even when Torrey was returning punts, he was doing a great job, but having Rashid do it, being decisive, getting downhill, our punt return team blocking their tails off. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that was definitely that definitely kind of ignited part of the comeback for sure.
I think he had one hit on Stafford through 3 quarters, but it seemed like he started to find a little bit more pressure on him and late. How critical was that to getting some of those punts late and getting them off the field?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to rush the passer on 2nd and 1, and we had a lot of 2nd and 1s, and they were running it, and they were running it effectively, and we were trying to figure out solutions, and the second half we figured out some solutions. I thought our coaches did a great job of finding some adjustments, and can't be taken to the second half. We got to be a little faster on that front, but when you're getting into more pass situations, now you can do what we do.
Mike, given everything that happened in this game, what can you talk about in terms of what you always say, process over results, and just their commitment at the end?
I don't know. I mean, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to look at the game and we're going to assess how we game plan, what we called, when, who's doing what, and say, okay, how can we make it better on the front end, you know, and then go from there. That's what we're going to do, you know. So we're very excited with the result. Obviously, we love the result. I'm very, very happy with how we played in terms of our mentality and our physicality and our resiliency. You know, but we're a play away from, we're going to be really disappointed right now. So it's the same message that we had after San Francisco. We're a play away from winning that game, and the approach has to stay consistent, and it will, you know, and it will. And our guys will be great as we come back and get ready to go.
Mike, resiliency is one thing, but Sam's composure to throw 2 picks against the defense that given him fits this year and last year, and then make those 4 throws in a row bang on the
Yeah, we just said it. That's, again, there's, like, it's everybody else's job to put meaning and all the stuff attached to what happens out there, but it's our job to go be us and be resilient, and that's what Sam does. Is he's him. He's a competitor. He does the same thing every day, and we do, you know, and we have his back. He knows that. So just keep going, do your thing, and let's go figure out a way to win a game.
guys who are competitors will kind of close up and fall apart in situations.
I'm just speaking for Sam. I mean, yes, that's who Sam is. He doesn't do that, and the team deserves credit too because he feels the support of the guys and that we have his back, and that's real.
I thought that the catch that Cooper made late in the game.
Oh, just incredible. I mean, probably shouldn't. We were going to go fast, but it became pretty clear that he made the catch. I probably could have gotten huddled right there, but that's Coop. I mean, just dragging the toe, great play.
Jax has had a few games this year where it's kind of quiet in the first half and no catches today, and he has 97, I think, in the second half and overtime. What does that take about him when he can stay in game, make the play?
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like a non-issue. It's just like, let's keep figuring out a way to move the ball, and turns out Jax is a great way to move the ball. So let's get him the ball as much as we can. If we can't, give it to somebody else, and keep plugging away and keep figuring out ways to go score touchdowns. And you do that, and you have a and you just keep attacking. It's going to come to life. It might not even be that game. It could be the next week. You know, it's just. But that's who he is. And it's just like, for us, we're just trying to go win.
Last question. Mike, in the 2 games you played the Rams, you didn't sack Matthew Stafford once. Is there something that they've done in those games to?
Yeah, throwing it before we get to him.
All right.
All right. Thank you.